This, as you probably recognize by now, is a new virtual game card screen introduced in the new Switch firmware update, which lets you manage your virtual game cards or your digital library in a whole new way. Some may say for the better, some may say for the worse. In any case, what it allows you to do is share these virtual game cards with either your own systems that you physically own or people on your family plan as well, which is pretty cool. Although if you want to restore the old functionality, we have a whole video on that as well, which you can find in the description below. But for now, I do want to focus on this new screen here because there's something about it you probably don't know. And I say that because I didn't know myself until one of our fans pointed out to us just now, being Tyler Quill, who mentioned you can now manage your entire virtual library through a Nintendo website, meaning you don't even need to have your Switch near you or even turned on to manage your virtual library, which is super cool. So here we are on the website being accounts.nintendo.com/portal. If you want to check it out for yourself, we'll link that in the description below as well. And you can see there is a virtual game card feature here. So let's go and click into it, and you're going to see it's going to display my entire virtual game card library, 140 of them. Look at this. At the bottom, you can even see your hidden game cards as well if you have any. So let's go and test this out. So let me go ahead and bring up a picture-in-picture view with the website on the left there and the Switch right above. And as you can see on the Switch, Croc is not currently a installed game card. So let's go and fix that through the website. So we're gonna click on Croc. We're going to click load on system and watch that game card icon, the bottom right, the Croc icon. It's going to go from empty to full. Look at that. The game card is now on my Switch, which is super cool. So we could, go play Croc right now just by managing it digitally. So let's go ahead and show off another feature of this real quick. And by the way, I should mention while we're doing this, as you can see right here, one downside to this is that you cannot use this to lend a family group member your game over the website or online. You have to have the Switches close together, which is unfortunate. Hopefully they'll broaden that in the future. They probably won't, but it would be awesome if you could use a website to do that as well. In any case, let's go and choose another game. Let's go to Castaway, and a fantastic game, by the way. You should check it out if you haven't already. We're gonna click on Castaway here, and it's not actually on my main menu right now at all, as far as I'm aware. So let's go ahead and we're gonna add that from the website as well. So we're gonna click on Castaway. We're gonna click load on system. We're gonna see that game icon change. There it is, and now we go to the main menu. There it is, it was added to our main menu. If it's not already downloaded, it'll start the download process. In fact, it looks like it's, ready to go in this case. So again, this is all super cool. Now let's go ahead and show off something else though, something even cooler, because I mentioned it earlier, because our Switch doesn't even need to be turned on for this to work. So let's go ahead and play around with Croc again here. So right now, Croc is installed on the Switch, but what happens if we put the Switch into sleep mode? So we're gonna turn off the Switch. It's in sleep mode, that's why I turned off on the screen, and we're going to go ahead and uninstall Croc using the website. We're going to try loading it onto another system, which, we actually can't right now. So real quick, you can, again, share it with any system you own. Unfortunately, my second system isn't set up correctly with the family plans. I can't really show that off. So we're going to uninstall it though. We're going to eject it from the Switch. Now the Switch itself is turned off right now. It's in sleep mode. Now watch this. That's not going to be a barrier, because even though the Switch is still in sleep mode, we ejected the virtual game card and we turn the Switch back on. Well, you're going to see that it has been ejected from my system. So that's pretty cool. Your Switch doesn't even need to be on. So meaning this makes it easier than ever to handle no matter where in the world you are, as long as you access this website. Which, by the way, why isn't this part of the Switch Online app? This seems like a perfect feature for it to easily manage your library through the app. And even though it's getting an update soon, to allow you to more easily share and back up screens or screenshots and videos to it. This seems like such a good feature for the app, so I hope Nintendo adds that in the future. Now let's go and try one more thing real quick. We showed it off in sleep mode, but what happens if we turn the Switch into airplane mode? Well, we're gonna do that right now, so I'm turning into airplane mode via handheld mode, but that's the only way to do it. You'll see though, it is now in airplane mode as we show it there. And Smash Brothers is not currently installed, or the virtual game card is not currently in the system. So let's try loading on the system. So we're gonna load it, and you're gonna see it's not gonna work, because even though it worked when the Switch is in sleep mode, with it in airplane mode, there's no way for it to access the system at all. So yeah, that makes sense. If your Switch is entirely powered up, not even in sleep mode, or is inaccessible otherwise by being out of range of Wi-Fi or in airplane mode, is not gonna work. But yeah, this is a super freaking cool feature, I have to say, and I recommend checking it out for yourself if you're ever not near your system and you want to manage your library or share your games with another Switch that isn't, that you may not have on you, or that you do have on you from another Switch that you don't have on you. Because again, you can manage your library between any Switches that are tied to your account. Which again, I wish I could show off right now, but my other system is, not quite working right now due to family plan issues. In any case, that is basically it, everyone. The only thing I wish it would add is the ability, well, not the only thing, but one thing I wish it would add is the ability to share games remotely too using this method. Like, what if through the app you could share games with someone else who has their app with them as well? So you can then virtually share the games without needing to have your systems near you. That would be freaking awesome, but alas, that's not how it works right now. In any case, this is super cool, in which you can manage your storage basically from anywhere right now. As long as you have a browser you can access. So there you go, everyone. Thanks for watching. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you want to go back to how the system used to work by and large, click on the video on the screen right now, as we'll show you exactly how to get back that classic functionality that for many people makes it even easier to share games with people with either other Switches you own or people on your account on their own Switch, no matter where in the world they may be. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Catch you later. Bye.